Hello PU2 champions, welcome to day 13 of 21 days challenge to get 95% in your second PUC board exam. As part of today's challenge, we have given you two chapters for revision. The first one is Biomolecules from chemistry and the second one is Electromagnetic Induction from physics. So you have to revise these two chapters and practice its most important questions. If you haven't downloaded yet, the link is there in the description section. Click on the link, visit the page and download the most important questions PDF. Okay, that is very important. Now in this video, we are going to solve the MCQs of the chapter Biomolecules, and I hope by this time all of you would have completed the challenge. If yes, do let me know in the comment section. If not, how much you have done, that you tell me. Okay, let's get started with the MCQs now. So the first question here is, the living systems are made up of various complex biomolecules. Which one of the following is not a biomolecule? So ethanol is not a biomolecule, so option number D here. Next, life is due to the coordination of various chemical reactions in living organisms. Which of the following is not a biochemical reaction? So the first one is here, flow of water from roof to leaf in plants. Next is carbohydrates. Which of the following chemical compounds do not belong to the vast group of carbohydrates? Now this question is slightly tricky, I'll say. Okay, polyhydroxy ketones and polyhydroxy aldehydes are the ones which are behaving as carbohydrates. Now here polyhydroxy carboxylic acids are given. Now this carboxylic acid is also a part of carbonyl group. So this also can be a answer. Okay, it is not the correct answer, but still we can consider it. Next, polyaminoaldehyde, since we have aldehydes here, and polyamino group. Okay, in biology, glucosamine. Okay, glucosamine. Okay, where you have carbohydrates and amines, they are also considered as sugars. So this is also the correct answer. Polyhaloaldehydes is completely incorrect. So option number B here. Next, which of the following carbohydrates do not satisfy the formula CXH2O whole Y? That is your deoxyribose. Next, which of the following carbohydrates do not have the formula C12H22O11? So this is a disaccharide. Galactose is a monosaccharide. So that is not the answer. Now, sugars are soluble in water but have no test, soluble in water but have sweet taste. That is option number B here. Polysaccharides are insoluble. Okay. Next, the monosaccharide containing 4 carbon atom and aldehyde group are called as. So 4 carbon atom will have tetrose and you have aldehyde group. So aldotetrose, option number A. Next, among the following carbohydrate is your lactose. Next, a pyranose form is the structure of glucose is inspired with pyranose. So it is a 6-membered ring but 5 carbon and 1 oxygen. And aldohexose or ketohexose is represented by, okay, so it is having, hexose means 6 carbon will be there, right? So you will have glucose or fructose, it is C6H12O6. Next, we have disaccharides have the molecular formula of C12H22O11. Among the following, the carbohydrate which cannot be hydrolyzed to further simple carbohydrate is glucose. Next, which among the following is the simplest sugar? Again, glucose is the simplest sugar. Which of the following monosaccharide is a pentose? Ribose is a pentose. Which of the following carbohydrates is not a sugar? Not a sugar is your cellulose. Okay, it is a polysaccharide, so it is not a sugar. Which of the following is not a polysaccharide? Your sucrose is a disaccharide, it is not a polysaccharide. Identify the monosaccharide from the following. So fructose is a monosaccharide. When converting a disaccharide into monosaccharide, which bond is hydrolyzed? So here glycosidic bond is hybridized. Which of the following disaccharides gives two same monosaccharide units on hydrolysis? Okay, which of the following gives two same monosaccharides? So that is your sucrose. Sorry, not sucrose. That is your maltose, because sucrose will give you what? Glucose and fructose, right? So not sucrose. Maltose will give you 2 glucose molecules. Next, we have the monosaccharide units present in sucrose are glucose and fructose. Which of the following is a non-reducing sugar? So sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. Which of the following monosaccharides is a ketohexose? Okay, so fructose is a keto group and it has also a 6 carbon, so it is ketohexose. Next, which glucose reacts with bromine water? The main product is your gluconic acid. Glucose gives silver mirror test with the tolerance reagent. It shows the presence of aldehyde group. Next, the reaction of glucose with which of the following proves the presence of an aldehyde group? Again with bromine water, because that gets converted to gluconic acid. Which of the following reaction of glucose can be explained by its cyclic structure? So pentaacetate of glucose does not react with hydroxyl amine. Next, the number of hydroxyl groups in glucose conformed by the reaction of glucose with acetic anhydride is 5. Next, optical rotation of some compounds along with their structures are given below. Which of them has a D configuration? So here we have D configuration, here we have D configuration, and what else? Which of the optical rotation of some compounds, which of them has a capital D configuration? So here D is also on the right hand side. This is talking about capital D, means OH should be on the right hand side. So all of them are having, so option number A here. Next, we'll talk about identify the compound from the Harvard projection here. So you can see here OH is present below. So it is alpha D plus glucopyranose. Next, the alpha D glucose and beta D glucose isomers of glucose are known as anomers. Next, three cyclic structures of monosaccharides are given below. Which of these are anomers? So you can see that three cyclic structures of monosaccharides, which are of them are anomers. So you should have, first of all, the all other carbon configuration should be same, right? Now if you see structure 1 and structure 3, this configuration on this particular carbon is different. So this cannot be there. These two are same and there is only the difference on this first carbon, right? So that is why it is 1 and 2, option number A. The process of conversion of disaccharides into two same or different monosaccharides by treatment with dilute HCl is called as your hydrolysis. Next, the structure of a disaccharide formed by glucose and fructose is given below. Identify the anomeric carbon atom in the monosaccharide unit. Okay, so if you see the group here, you can see that this particular carbon, you have to find the anomeric carbon, right? So this is your anomeric carbon here, and this is the anomeric carbon here, right? So you have A carbon from glucose and B carbon of fructose, which is option number C here. Next, what is the glycosidic present in maltose? So it is 1,4 of alpha glucose, right? Alpha D glucose 1 and alpha D glucose 4, so option number C. The union of two or more monosaccharide units is an example of, it is a condensation reaction. Two monosaccharides are joined through a dash bond to form a disaccharide, are joined through a glycosidic bond. Next, the linkage that binds two monosaccharide present in disaccharide is your glycosidic linkage. The change in the optical rotation of freshly prepared solutions is known as inversion, or sorry, uh, for uh, for sucrose it is called as inversion, but in general the term is given as mutar rotation. Sucrose is made up of which of the following monosaccharides? Alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. Next, we have which of the following statements is incorrect with respect to starch? It is a reducing carbohydrate, incorrect, right? So this is incorrect because it is a non-reducing. It is a polymer, it consists of branch chain, it gives blue color. All these structures are correct. Next, the sugar that is characteristic of milk is your lactose. On hydrolysis of starch, we finally get glucose and fructose. No, sorry, one second. Okay. On hydrolysis of starch, we only get glucose, option number A here. The cell membranes are mainly composed of phospholipids. Cell wall is composed of cellulose, but cell membrane consists of phospholipids. Cellulose is a disaccharide. It is a polysaccharide, but it is also beta glucose straight chain. Okay, it is made up of beta glucose structures. Which of the following is levorotatory in nature? So fructose is levorotatory, so option number C. Which example of carbohydrates exhibit alpha link in their structure? So alpha link is present in amylose and amylopectin. Alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are your anomers. Next, we have sucrose is dextrorotatory, but after hydrolysis the mixture shows levo-rotation. This is because of, okay, so sucrose is dextrorotatory, but after hydrolysis the mixture show levo-rotation. This is because of the levo-rotation of fructose is more than that of the dextrorotatory of glucose. Next, C1C4 glycosidic bond is not found in, okay, C1C4 glycosidic bond is not found in, if you see, it is not in maltose, it is there. In sucrose it is not found because it is C1C2. Next, the glycosidic linkage involved in linking the glucose units in the amylase part of the starch is. So amylase part of the starch, the linkage will be C1 to C4, right? C1 C4 alpha linkage. Which of the following gives positive Fehling solution test? So the positive Fehling solution test is given by, one second, which of the following gives positive Fehling solution test? And that is given by your glucose. Next, we have proteins are the polymers of alpha amino acids. Which of the following amino acids is optically inactive? Glycine. Sulfur containing amino acid is cysteine. Okay. Next, we have alpha amino acids are building blocks of proteins. Which of the following is able to form a zwitter ion? So zwitter ion is formed by amino acid. So alanine is an amino acid here. Glycine is an optically active alpha amino acid due to the presence of due to the absence of a asymmetric carbon. Which of the following amino acids are aromatic in nature? So we have here, one second. Aromatic in nature is your proline. Okay. Now let's see question number 8. Which of the following is a non-essential amino acid? So you should remember essential, at least then you can find out non-essential. Answer here is glutamine. Which of the following is a neutral amino acid? So glycine is a neutral amino acid. Next we have the type of amino acid to which cysteine belongs to. It is sulfur containing. The number of peptide bonds present in a tetrapeptide. Okay, so if you see tetrapeptide here, so there is 3 peptide bonds here. So answer will be option number C. But in answer key, it is given B, so it has to be careful. It is option number C. Next, molecular mass. This is a very good question. It is a like KCET level question, you can guess. Molecular mass of 3 amino acids, glycine, alanine and valine are 63, 77 and 102. Molecular mass of the tripeptide glycine, alanine, valine is. So now see, glycine you have to add. It is a tripeptide, right? So there is 3, I can say, amino acids. That is, first one is glycine. Next we have valine and the next one is your alanine. Okay, so here we will have 63, 77 and 102. 10, 11, 12, then we have 7, 8, 6, 14, 242 here, right? That is the molar mass of the whole, I can say, amino acid. Now, due to this peptide bond, there will be loss of 2 water molecules. So, 2 water molecules will be around 36 grams. So, 12 minus 6 is 6, 3 minus 3 is 0, 206 gram. That is option number A. Next, which of the following protein destroy the antigen when it enters into the body cell? It is antibodies. Okay. Next, identify the correct statement here. Peptide bond is formed by the loss of water molecule. This is correct statement. A protein is made up of only one type of amino acid. This is incorrect. Dipeptide consists of different amino acids. This is correct. Glycine alanine is a tripeptide. This is incorrect. So question is asking you to find the correct statement. Okay. Now see, dipeptide consists of different amino acids. That is also correct. Peptide bond is formed by the loss of water molecule. These both statements are correct. Okay, A and C. So, but in option B or D, one is given. So you have to be A and C. Okay, if it is asked incorrect statement, then B and D. If it is correct statement, then A and C. Next, among the following, which is not a fibrous protein? Okay, not a fibrous protein. So again, here you can see there's a slight. You can see myosin, albumin. These are all your globular protein. Okay, keratin, okay, one second, just a minute, I'll erase this one. Okay, now see, the question is which of the following is not a fibrous protein? So answer has to be albumin because it is a globular protein, but option key has given you option A as the answer, which is again incorrect. Next, which of the following represents the peptide bond? So you can see NHCCO. So here there is a peptide bond, again and again it is showing. So that is why option number C here. Next, the fibrous protein is insulin, myoglobin, hemoglobin. These are all your globular proteins. So the fibrous protein will be option number C, which is the collagen. Next, the specific sequence in which the amino acids are arranged in a protein structure is called as the primary structure. An alpha helix and a beta sheet are the example of secondary structure. Enzymes are regarded as biocatalyst, right? Because they speed up the reaction. Enzymes are made up of proteins with specific structure. Enzymes are chemically proteins. The function of enzymes in the living system is to catalyze the biochemical reactions. Next, the enzyme which catalyzes the oxidation of one substrate with simultaneous reduction of another substrate is called as your oxidoreductase. Receptors are the proteins and crucial to body communication process. The receptors are embedded in the cell membrane. Next, vitamins. The following compounds are usually not produced by the human body. So, no, vitamins are not produced by the human body. They are generally taken from outside. The water soluble vitamin is your B and C. Okay, so that is why C here. Vitamin B12 is water insoluble again. The B group vitamin which can be stored in your body because it is insoluble. So that is again vitamin B12. The vitamin stored in the liver and adipose tissues A, D, E and K, or vitamin B12 because it is water insoluble, fat soluble. Next, the incorrect statement regarding the vitamins is excess vitamin is incorrect, is harmful. That is a correct statement. Most of the vitamins contain small amino groups. Vitamins can be produced by plants. Vitamin deficiency causes diseases. So the incorrect statement is it contains amino group. Next, ascorbic acid is the chemical name of vitamin C. In following acids, vitamin is ascorbic acid again. Doctor advise of 50-year-old women enough exposure of sunlight and addition of fish and egg yolk to her diet. Name the vitamin deficiency for the possible disease diagnosed by the doctor. Now here sunlight it is asking, that is present in vitamin D. So option number A. The fat soluble vitamin is again A, D, E and K. So vitamin E here. Now let's see question number 10. The major vitamin present in fish liver oil. So that is your vitamin A. Vitamin deficiency which causes increased blood clotting time is vitamin K. Next we can match here. Vitamin A is your xerophthalmia. A is D, that is present in two options. Next vitamin D is rickets. So B is A, 2A, here also 2A. Next vitamin B12, okay, that can cause pernicious anemia. So 3 is B, and K is increased blood clotting time. Okay, so that is your option number B here. Next, which one of the following vitamins is not stored in adipose tissue? Okay, not stored in adipose tissue is your, not stored means it is a water soluble, so that is vitamin B. Hypothyroidism is caused due to the deficiency of thyroxine. Pick the wrong statement from the following. Sources of vitamin B1 are yeast, milk, green vegetables and cereals. Deficiency of vitamin B6 results in convulsions. Consumption of citrus fruit and green leafy vegetables in food prevents scurvy. Vitamin D deficiency causes xerophthalmia. This is the incorrect statement as it is the deficiency disease of vitamin A. Now see, nucleic acids. Okay, nucleic acids are polymers of nucleotides. So the correct answer is A, but in option, the answer key, the option given is B. Okay. Next, the base which is not present in DNA is your uracil. In DNA, the linkage between different nitrogenous bases is your hydrogen bonding. Between nucleotides, it is phosphodiester linkage, but between the bases, it is your hydrogen bond. In DNA, thymine is held by two hydrogen bonds with the base adenine. Next, adenosine is an example of nucleoside. Okay, adenine is the nucleotide, but adenosine is the nucleoside. Let's see now next question number 6. Which of the following is not a pyrimidine base? So we have here thymine is a pyrimidine base. We have to find which is not a pyrimidine base, right? Cytosine is also pyrimidine. So guanine is your purine base. That is option number D. Next, dinucleotide is obtained by joining two nucleotides together by phosphodiester linkage. Between which carbon atom of pentose sugar of nucleotides are these linkages taking place? So it is 5' to 3'. Next, RNA contains ribose, sugar and uracil. In DNA, the complementary bases are A, T and G, C, option number A. The reason for the double helical structure of DNA is the operation of hydrogen bonding. Next, we have the segment of DNA which acts as an instrumental manual for the synthesis of protein is your gene. Next, we have RNA molecules is of three types. Which of the following is not a type of RNA molecule? So, nRNA is not any RNA type. The message for the synthesis of a particular protein is present in messenger RNA or mRNA. Next, we have the type of linkage between the nucleotides is phosphodiester linkage. A nucleic acid, whether DNA or RNA, gives on complete hydrolysis two purine bases, two pyrimidine bases, a pentose sugar and a phosphoric acid. Nucleotides which are intermediate products in the hydrolysis contain. So here we have purine or a pyrimidine base, a pentose sugar and an orthophosphoric acid. So option number C here. RNA and DNA are chiral molecules. Their chirality is due to the presence of a sugar component, that is D sugar component. Next, primary structure in the nucleic acid contains three bases as GATGC. Okay, GATGC. Okay, so we have ATGC. So you will get CTACG. That is your option number C here. Next, hormones. Glucocorticoids are your steroid hormones. The molecules that are produced by endocrine glands and act as intracellular messengers are your hormones. Insulin production and its action in human body are responsible for the level of diabetes. This compound belongs to which of the following category? So insulin belongs to your hormone. Next, we have the steroid hormone is progesterone. In the following hormones, the one which is not a sex hormone is thyroxine. The hormones which regulate the blood sugar level in the body are insulin and glucagon. Next, we have the steroid hormone is again, if you see steroid hormone, here is progesterone. Which of the following is a peptide hormone? So thyrox. Okay, this is steroid hormone. Testosterone. Glucagon is your yeah, glucagon is a peptide hormone. Insulin and glucagon. So option number D here. Next, we have glucocorticoids. What is the function of that? Glucocorticoids is responsible for the carbohydrate metabolism. Mineral corticoids are responsible for the level of water and salt by kidney. Testosterone is responsible for one second, male characteristics. So C has to be 4A, 3B, 5C4, and D estradiol is responsible for this one, right? So that is your option number B. Next, we see phosphodiester linkage is present in what? In nucleotides. So one is B. Next, glycosidic linkage is present in monosaccharides. Okay, 2C, 1B, 2C, and peptide linkage is amino acids, that is 3A. So we have 1B, 2C, 3A, option number D here. Next is the correct sequence of alpha amino acids, hormones, vitamins, carbohydrates respectively is. Okay, so you have an alpha amino acids, that is your aspartic acid. Hormone is insulin. Vitamin is okay. Now see, alpha amino acid, aspartic acid is also an alpha amino acid. Glutamine, arginine, these are all your amino acids. Next comes to hormone. Okay, if you see all the second, like thyroxine, insulin, testosterone, insulin, all are again hormones. Now here we talk about vitamins. Okay, aspartic acid, glutamic acid, these are not vitamin. Vitamin A is a vitamin, so option number A here. But in the answer key, D is given as the correct answer. Next, thyroxine produced in the thyroid gland is an iodinated derivative of tyrosine. Next, hormone secreted by the ductless glands of human body, iodine containing hormone is your thyroxine. Okay, here also answer given is C, which is completely wrong. Now let's talk about the statement based question. If both 1 and 2 are correct, option is A. 1 is correct, B is incorrect, then it is option number B. Both are incorrect, then it is C. 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct, then it is D. Okay, so the pursuit knowledge of what goes on chemically within a living system falls in the domain of biochemistry. Proteins and carbohydrates are essential constituents of human body. So both the statements are correct, so it is A. Now sucrose and fructose cannot give a positive tolerance test. See, sucrose cannot give, but fructose can actually give, right? So this statement is incorrect. Sucrose and fructose do not contain an aldehyde group. This is a correct statement. Fructose contain ketone group and sucrose does not have aldehyde group. So the answer for this one is option number D. Next, in sucrose, the aldehyde group of glucose and ketonic group of fructose are not free. That is correct statement. Sugar is a reducing sugar. That is also correct. Next, hydrolysis of sucrose is known as inversion of cane sugar. Sucrose is a disaccharide. Again, both are correct. Option number A. Maltose is a reducing sugar which gives 2 moles of D-glucose on hydrolysis. Maltose has beta-1,4 glycosidic linkage. It has alpha-1,4 glycosidic linkage. So here the option 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. So it is option number B here. Now here one important thing you have to remember is in the second question, okay, answer actually given in the answer key is C. Okay, that means both the statements are incorrect, but the second statement here is correct. Sucrose and fructose does not contain an aldehyde group. That is a correct statement, so answer should be D here. Okay, next let's move to proteins here. Proteins on hydrolysis produce amino acids. Amino acids contain NH2 and COH group. Both the statements are correct here, so the correct answer is option number A. Next, alpha amino acids exist as internal salt in solution as they have amino and carboxylic groups in near vicinity. H plus ions in the carboxylic group is captured by the amino group having the lone pairs of electrons. Again, both the statements are correct here. All naturally occurring alpha amino acids except glycine are optically active. Most naturally occurring naturally occurring amino acids have D configuration. No, they have L configuration. So first one is correct, second one is incorrect. So that is your option number B. Next, we have all amino acids are solid at 20 degrees Celsius. Amino acids can form Zwitter ion. The ionic nature of the Zwitter ion gives amino acids relatively strong molecular forces of attraction. These both the statements are correct. So A. During denaturation, the secondary and tertiary structure of proteins are destroyed. Proteins are made up of amino acids. This is also correct statement. The change in color of and appearance of egg during the cooking is due to denaturation. Disruption of natural structure of a protein is called as denaturation. Again, here also both the statements are correct. Next, enzymes are needed only in small quantities for the progress of a reaction. Enzymes are reducing the magnitude of activation energy. That is correct. So, vitamin A and K reduce the excess body fat in humans. Vitamin A and K are fat soluble. So, that is the correct statement. Vitamin D cannot be stored in our body. That is a false because it is water insoluble. It can be stored. Vitamin D is fat soluble and is excreted from the body in urine. This is also incorrect. So, we have option number C where both the statements are correct. Next, nucleus of a living cell is responsible for this transmission of inherent characters called heredity. This is correct statement. The particles in the nucleus of the cell responsible for heredity are called as chromosomes, which are made up of amino acids. So this is also correct statement. So option number A here. DNA is more stable than RNA. Correct. DNA contains deoxyribose, whereas RNA contains ribose sugar. Here also both the statements are correct. DNA has a double-stranded helix structure in the secondary structure of RNA. Single-stranded helix is present which sometimes fold front on itself. Here also both the statements are correct. The message for the synthesis of a particular protein is present in RNA. A DNA molecule is capable of self-duplication during the cell division and identical DNA strands are transferred to daughter cells. This is also correct statement. Next, we have hormones help to maintain the balance of biological activities in the body. This is correct. Thyroxine produced in the thyroid gland is an iodinated derivative of the amino acid tyrosine. This is also correct statement. Glucocorticoids control the carbohydrate metabolism. That is correct statement. Estradiol is the main female sex hormone responsible for preparing of the uterus and implantation. This is also correct statement. Okay, both are correct. So option number A. Now let's quickly do the fill in the blanks here. Carbohydrates which are sweet in taste are also called as your sugars, right? The sugar present in milk is known as lactose. Next, a carbohydrate that cannot be hydrolyzed further to give simpler unit of polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones is called as a monosaccharide. On hydrolysis of carbohydrates which yield 2 to 10 monosaccharide units are called as oligosaccharides. The example of monosaccharide is your glucose. Okay, next, amylopectin is actually insoluble in water. The essential components for life in both plants and animals are carbohydrates. Okay, all proteins are the polymers of alpha amino acid. Next, the amino acids which can be synthesized in the body are known as non-essential amino acids. DAS is neutral but contains both positive and negative charges, deuterion. Okay. Next is set 3. Glucose gets oxidized to gluconic acid on reaction with glucose gets oxidized to gluconic acid on reaction with a mild oxidizing agent here we have glucose gets oxidized to gluconic acid on reaction with a mild oxidizing agent like bromine water. Next, glucose reacts with acetic anhydride gives glucose pentaacetate. The process is called as your acetylation. Next, on oxidation with nitric acid, glucose will yield you saccharic acid because you have two COH groups there. Fructose is an important ketohexose. Sucrose is an aldohexose. Sucrose is dextrorotated. That is 5. Okay. Next, we'll see here. Lactose is more commonly known as monosaccharide. No, lactose is milk sugar. Okay. Next, polysaccharides contains a large number of monosaccharide units. Starch is the main storage polysaccharide of alpha glucose. Starch is the main this is for plants. 3 is plants. Next, starch is the polymer of alpha glucose, that is 4. Amylose in water is soluble. Okay. Next, we have set 5 here. The hormone glucocorticoids control the dash metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism. The carbohydrates which reduce the Fehling solution and Tollens reagent are called as reducing sugars. The storage polysaccharide present in animals is your glycogen. Next, nucleotides are joined together by phosphodiester linkages. Glucose reacts with hydroxylamine to form oxime. Okay. Next, we have the water-soluble component of starch is your amylose. The most abundant organic substance in plant kingdom is cellulose. Next, in double helical structure of DNA, the base complementary to adenine is your thymine. Nucleic acids are long chain polymers of nucleotides. The hormones which increase the sugar level in the blood is your glucagon. Okay, insulin decreases it, but increasing work is done by glucagon. Next, if a monosaccharide contains a dash group, it is known as a ketose group if it contains a ketone group. Commercially, the glucose is obtained by boiling of starch with dilute sulfuric acid at 393 Kelvin under pressure. The process is here hydrolysis. Glucose is an aldohexose and is also known as dextrose, right? Next, on prolonged heating with HI dash forms N-hexane. So that is glucose forms N-hexane. Glucose reacts with hydroxyl amine to form an oxime. Okay. Next, we have carbohydrates which yield a large number of monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. Carbohydrates which yield a large number of monosaccharide units on hydrolysis are called as polysaccharides. All monosaccharides, whether aldose or ketose, are more reducing sugars. If a monosaccharide contain an aldehyde group, it is known as an aldose. Equal amount of glucose and fructose are obtained by boiling dash with dilute HCl or H2SO4 in the alcoholic solution, sucrose. Next, we have ripe grapes contain large amount of sugar, right? Large amount of glucose. So that is your option number B, option number that is glucose. Okay, so these are the most important MCQs and fill in the blanks from the chapter biomolecules. Okay, so I hope you are clear with these questions. If you find any question incorrect, you according to you, do let me know in the comment section. And yes, there are some discrepancies with the answer key, so please check the facts correctly. Okay, and yes, we have launched the Fighter KCT 2026 test series at a very minimal price of just rupees 399. If this test series is of KCT level and it is designed by KCT experts, here you will get total 18 mock tests, 6 each from physics, chemistry and maths. Apart from that, detailed solutions, video solutions for chemistry and a detailed analysis report of your performance will be provided. And yes, as I said, everything is at a very minimal and affordable price of just rupees 399. So I hope if you want to purchase it, it can help you in your preparation. The link is there in the description section. Please click on the link and purchase the test series so that you can strategize and boost your preparation. Thank you so much. All the best and do let me know about your challenge. Stay tuned for the next.